The backwoods of Alabama hid a secret too terrible to speak aloud. Far from busy roads and prying eyes, beneath the shadows of ancient cypress trees, stood the old Winchesters' house. Peeling paint, sagging shutters, a roof bowed under the weight of time. Locals gave it wide berth, while children whispered frightening tales about those who lived behind its doors. It started in 1923 when Jonathan Winchester, last heir of a once wealthy family, married his cousin Eliza. Their union wasn't unusual for rural areas, but what followed would have horrified even the most hardened souls. The couple had 2 children, Clyde and Mabel. Even then, something was clearly wrong. Clyde was born with an unnaturally elongated skull, while Mabel went through life hunched over as if carrying invisible weight. But the true horror emerged in the next generation. Clyde and Mabel, following family tradition, also engaged in incestuous relations. Their children, Roy, Daisy, and Luther, became living embodiments of degeneration. Roy's face resembled melted wax, with folds of sagging skin and mismatched eyes. Daisy, the only daughter, had a twisted mouth that made her smile look like a grimace of pain. And Luther was the worst. His body bore strange growths, and his fused fingers formed claw-like hands. They rarely left the house, but when they did, people crossed themselves and looked away. In 1987, neighbors called the sheriff. A putrid stench was coming from the Winchesters' home. When police broke in, they found Luther crouched in a corner, mumbling to himself. The cellar held something worse: jars of preserved infants. Some were so deformed they barely looked human. Others had extra limbs or missing facial features. Clearly, the Winchesters had tried hiding their unsuccessful pregnancies but couldn't bring themselves to destroy all the evidence. After Luther and Roy were arrested, Clyde and Mabel had already died. Daisy disappeared. Rumors said she fled wearing women's clothes, hiding her face under thick makeup. Some truckers reported picking up a strange woman with abnormally long limbs along the highway. One driver, Jack Morrison, swore that when she turned toward him, he saw her real mouth, impossibly wide, with rows of tiny sharp teeth. He jumped from his moving truck. Roy was found in 2005. He'd hanged himself in the same house where he was born, using his own intestines as the noose. On the wall, written in blood, "Not our fault. We just loved each other." The house was demolished, the land salted, but police archive photos still surface in dark corners of the internet. And if you ever find yourself driving Alabama backroads at night and see a tall, hunched figure with unnaturally long arms by the roadside, don't stop. It might be Daisy, and she's still looking for her family.